Hi everyone, I'm Kat and welcome to my channel, Naturally Beautiful Girl. So today I'm going to be doing my Worst of Green Beauty 2017. And just as a disclaimer, some of these products that didn't work for me may work for you. You may have a different skin type, you may have a different skin tone. You may be looking for different things in products than I was, and they might work for you. But for whatever reason, I just did not like them. They did not work for me. And I always enjoy watching these videos. Personally, I think they're just as useful as products that someone likes. So if this isn't your type of video, that's fine to go ahead and skip this if you want to just hear about products I like. I will be doing a best of skincare, hair care, body care video coming up, and I already did my best of green makeup for 2017. So if you're interested to hear products I didn't like, just stay tuned. So the way I think I'm gonna approach this video is, if I have a product I don't like and I have an alternative or a suggestion to try instead, I will include that as well. That way I'm not just being like, oh, this product is terrible, but I can instead provide you with an alternative. The first product I'm going to talk about is a product I had really high hopes for, and that was these Burt's Bees eyeshadows. I have the trio here in Countryside Lavender. It's this purple trio, and my main issue with this is that this middle color here has no pigmentation. Let me try and swatch it for you here. So here I am rubbing my finger in it, and that is what I get off. Like, there's really not a lot of pigment on my finger, and then when I would try and apply it on my eyes, it would just disappear. This color, this dark purple here, was okay. It actually worked fairly well. The issue for me is that there are only 3 shades in this eyeshadow trio, and when one of them doesn't work, you're kind of down the whole trio. Then you're just stuck with 2 shades, and that's not really that helpful. So I really just did not like these. This is the only color I have, but I've not heard anyone really say that they like these trios from Burt's Bees. I just don't think that this is a really good drugstore eyeshadow in Green and Eco Beauty. But as an alternative, there is one that I did like, and I talked about it in my best makeup of 2017, and that is this Found eyeshadow palette, which I actually think overall is just a lot better than the Burt's Bees trio. This is the one Nude 10 that I really love, and you just have so many options. You can create so many looks. Yes, this is more expensive than this trio, but you get so many more eyeshadows. And they're a better quality. It's worth it to me to go with this one over the Burt's Bees eyeshadow trios. This product here actually has a bit of a funny story, and this is the gel eyeliner from Hush and Dotti. Actually, I was sent this by Reagan from Indie Boo. She had purchased this and had tried it out and didn't like it, and then she sent it to me to try out because it was just, and I knew that she was sending it to me and I knew she didn't like it, but she was sending it to me because it was just so bad for her. She wanted to see if someone else thought it was just as bad, and I 100% agree with her. It's terrible. I don't know if this is a dud. The issue we both had with it is so dry. I don't know if you can see in the pot, but it is extremely dry. And when I would go to apply it, all that would happen really is that it would just gum up the brush that I was using to apply it to my eyes. Like, it would just gum my brush up and wouldn't really go on my eyes. And because it was getting gummed up in my brush, what I did manage to get on my eyes was just kind of going everywhere. It was smudging. It wasn't controllable because it was so dry, and I was applying so much force to get it to actually apply. It just was not working. So I also have no idea how this wears. I have no idea how it works throughout the day because I couldn't even get it applied decently to actually test it out. So this was definitely a big miss for me. I do have an alternative, and it is a liquid liner, but I really do like it, and that is the Well People Expressionist eyeliner. I didn't include it in my best of makeup for 2017 because I don't really wear eyeliner that often. I tried to stick with products that are ones that I reach for again and again and again, and a lot of times every single day. And so because I don't wear eyeliner that often, it seemed kind of silly to put it in there. But this eyeliner does work really well. I like how it applies. I like how it wears throughout the day. It doesn't smudge on me. It doesn't flake off or peel off or crumble like some eyeliners do. Like, this really does work well. It reminds me of a conventional eyeliner, So if you're looking for an eyeliner, skip the Hush and Dotti gel liner and go for the Well People Expressionist. I'm going to be talking about a product from Pacifica. One of the comments I am going to say about Pacifica is I didn't realize this until recently, but Jamie from Five Product Face brought this up to me, and then once she said it, I was like, wow, that is really true. Is that Pacifica doesn't have products really for a wide range of skin tones. They have products for people with kind of fair to light to maybe light medium skin, but anything deeper than that, they are lacking foundations, they are lacking concealers, they are lacking products that really do work with those skin tones. And so actually thinking about that has made me less enthusiastic about Pacifica in general. But one product that I tried that just did not work for me is their liquid highlighters. So this is the Pacifica Liquid Minerals Strobe. It's one of their liquid highlighters that they came out with in 2017. And I did not like this at all. When I got it and I opened it up, the smell smelled so chemically. Like, oh man, I really don't want to smell this again, but I'll do it for you guys. Ew. It smells like nail polish, like chemically like nail polish. And the first time I smelled it, I was like, I cannot put this on my face. Like, this does not smell like a product that should go on your face. I think I wore it in the video where I was doing a first impressions on their new makeup, but I think that is the only time I've ever worn it because it just smelled so bad that I never wanted to touch it again. So this is a huge pass for me, especially if you are sensitive to scents. Like, do not touch this. It is not good at all. And a product that I don't have with me, but I did have previously, was the Candy Botanicals Moon Milk. That, if you're looking for a liquid highlighter in Green Eco Beauty that is really beaming, like, that is the highlighter to look at. Like, that was beautiful. The only reason I had to get rid of mine was because it had gone bad, but I definitely need to repurchase it. I have not yet, but it is on my list of things to repurchase. And talk about something that smells incredible. That highlighter is one of the best smelling products I'd ever had. It reminded me of a perfume, but a highlighter. So if you're looking for a liquid highlighter, check that one out and skip the Pacifica. Another product that really missed the mark for me is the Root Setting Silk, which is sad because I really do love a lot of Root products. Just this one was not working for me. I purchased it for a very specific reason. It is a setting powder that comes with a locking sifter, which is surprisingly difficult to find. And so I purchased it and I was like, oh, I'll travel with it. And I have been traveling with it. And in fact, I just took it to Florida with me. But my issue with it is no matter how much of it I put down, my concealer still feels tacky. Like, I can powder and then I touch the concealer, and to my touch, it still feels tacky. So my concealer creases, it moves around on me. Like, it really just does not set my makeup. And I keep traveling with it because it is the only setting powder I have with a locking sifter. And I have taken my favorite setting powder, which I talked about in my best makeup of 2017, which is the RMS Beauty Unpowder. I have their Untinted Unpowder, and as much as I love it, I have traveled with this and it is a huge disaster because it does not have a locking sifter. So the powder just comes from the bottom part up into the top part and is a huge mess. So I really can't travel with it. Like, it's just not possible. But this one just doesn't set my makeup. So I keep traveling with it and trying to set my makeup. Then every time I travel with it, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember just how much I don't like this because my makeup is not set. I would pass on this and just spend the extra money to go with the RMS Unpowder. It is worth it 1,000 times over. Just skip the Root Setting Silk, and hopefully people will make more setting powders with locking sifters because we need them. All right, another product I'm going to talk about, I actually have passed on already, but hopefully I will insert a picture of it. But it is the Juice Beauty Cream Shadow Sticks. And I had gotten one in a Pettivore box and I tried it out and I just didn't like it. Like, I didn't find it to be very pigmented, and when I put it on my eyelids, it just disappeared, it creased, it walked off, it was just gone from my eyelids. It was like I had not put anything on. And I actually passed it on to Reagan from Indie Boo, who after I passed it on found out that she'd already tried the Juice Beauty Cream Shadow Sticks and really disliked them as well. So it's not just me, she also doesn't like them. Same problem, they just poof, they weren't really pigmented and what was there just disappears. But I do have a cream eyeshadow in Green Naked Beauty that I love, and these are the Ritual de Fille eye soaps. I have 2 of these now, and they are so much better than the Juice Beauty cream shadow sticks. They are a higher price tag, but once again, it's one of those products that performs so much better that it is worth the extra price. Like, these stay in place. They crease a little bit on me because I have hooded eyelids that are oily, but it's not like it just disappears like the Juice Beauty cream shadow sticks. Those were just gone. These are still there, and if I need to, I can take my finger and just kind of blend out the crease a little bit, and it looks great. So if you're looking for a cream shadow, skip the Juice Beauty, go with the Ritual de Fille. So I'm going to talk about both of these together because I have a similar issue with both of these. And this is the 100% Pure BB Cream and the Physicians Formula Organic Wear CC Cream. This actually used to be my go-to foundation probably about like a year ago. Yeah, around this time last year, this was my go-to foundation. But I went through 1 tube of it and got a second tube, and what happened with the second tube was I noticed it started oxidizing on me and just getting darker and darker and darker and darker. And this shade was a little bit dark for me in the beginning, but the fact that it kept oxidizing, getting darker and darker and darker, it made it completely unwearable. And so I really just came to actually hate this foundation because I took it with me traveling to Spain, and like by the end of the day my face was like orange, and then it didn't match my neck and it looked horrible. And there's only a couple shades of this. Like, this is shade light, and I think there's light medium, and that's it. So there's not really any shades for it, so it's just not good. And I'd gotten this one from 100% Pure, hoping that it would be a little bit cleaner ingredient-wise version of this. This is the lightest one they have, so this is 10 Luminous, and there are 2 other shades of this, so there aren't many shades of this one either. But that is really dark. Like, it just does not at all match my skin tone, and I really, even when I blend it in, like, you can still see it on my hand because it is just so much darker than my skin tone, and it is the lightest shade. And there are only 2 other shades, so it's kind of like, well, neither one of these works, and that's kind of my frustration with it. I did try this out, but it was a more dewy finish, and so with my oily skin, this also didn't work well. This one did work well with my skin type, it's just a color issue. So unfortunately, I don't have something I can recommend in their place. I can just say that both of these just didn't work for me. I've switched instead to using the Au Naturale Stick Foundation, which is not a BB cream or a CC cream or something like that. It is more full coverage, but at least it matches my skin tone. All right, this product here was one of my favorites, and then I figured out it was irritating my skin and became one of my, like, not favorites. And this is the Acure Facial Cleansing Gel. I first had actually mentioned this in a monthly favorites video, which now has made me a lot more hesitant to mention skincare in monthly favorites, or at least giving myself a lot longer to try them out before talking about them. So that's a lesson I have learned. I'm really grateful though for figuring out that this was what was irritating my skin. It was causing a lot of little bumps all over my face. So I quit using it, and I mean, I still have acne and sometimes my skin does get irritated sometimes, but it is doing so much better than it was when I was using this. And instead, the product I would recommend 1,000 times over the Acure Facial Cleansing Gel is the Graydon Skincare Super Sensitive Face Foam. And I switched to this because I was looking for something completely non-irritating, and it is. It just works so much better and it doesn't irritate my skin. I believe it's around $25. The price is a little steep, but not ridiculous. So I think it's a really good alternative to something like the Acure Facial Cleansing Gel. All right, another product I also no longer have, but I did not like at all, was Jason's Natural Shampoo. My husband and I had loved their body wash. We'd used that for years now. And when I was looking for a natural shampoo, I automatically went and tried one of theirs, and it was terrible. Like, it just didn't clean my hair, it didn't suds up, and in fact, the one I had didn't even smell good either. So it was just really, really bad. just didn't work at all. And I wanted to let you know because it is sold at Whole Foods and it's something that you think, oh, it's really easy to pick up, but it just doesn't work. Just skip over it. It is bad. It does not work. What I would recommend instead, and I feel like a broken record because I'm always talking about this, but any of the Desert Essence shampoos, they are amazing. And the price point on these is incredible. They are drugstore prices. You can get them at Whole Foods. I like to order mine online. My Whole Foods does not have a wide selection of Desert Essence shampoos, so I like to order this one. This is my favorite. It's the Desert Essence Smoothing Shampoo, but really any of their shampoos, you cannot go wrong with them. They're all really great. I hope you found this video kind of fun and a little bit different and hopefully useful to hear what products didn't work for me and what I would recommend instead. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. We're aiming for 1,000 subscribers in 2018, so be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also to stay tuned because I have so many fun and exciting videos coming up in 2018. I am bursting with ideas. My husband actually bought me a planner specifically for planning videos for my channel. So I'm putting it to good use already. I have so many ideas lined up, written down, ready to go. It's gonna be great. And once again, thank you so much for watching and I will see you next time. Bye!